Hi again from the garden. So it is another market day, and so in this video I wanted to again take you along with me while I harvest this morning and then through the bouquet making in the market later this afternoon. And I'm pretty excited about the market this week. It's not the last market of the season by any means for our farmers market here in town, but it is a bigger one. We have an economic development team in town to kind of assess our downtown and help tell us like what we could do better to bring in other businesses, etc. And so tonight's market, there is a big free community meal, and then there's also live music. And so I am hoping that that draws in quite a few more people. So my goal is to have a few more bouquets than usual. So I'm going to start harvesting, and then this video will pick back up this afternoon when I am inside making my bouquets. Okay, so my zinnias are harvested. I also harvested a whole bunch of celosia, and I have a whole bunch of cosmos harvested and a few dahlias. My dahlias are just starting to bloom. I cannot wait to have a ton of those. So next I need to hop over to my miscellaneous bed that has like my marigolds and a few calendula and some of that. Because I think there's some big marigolds that are ready that'll be perfect in this week's bouquets. So this is a miscellaneous bed that I was talking about and that I have shown in all of my videos. And it looks like I'm getting a huge flush of those marigold blooms again, which is fantastic. Looks like I'm getting some new calendula coming in, and I'm getting another flush of rudbeckia, and I have a whole bunch of straw flowers, but these I think I'm gonna dry, and for that big market that I have coming up the end of September, I think I might try to make a few flower crowns. I don't know, we'll see. That's just kind of what I'm thinking. I already have some drying. So I'm gonna harvest this bed, and then the last thing that I need to harvest is a bunch of gomphrena for a few accents. I had kind of decided earlier in the season that I wasn't a huge calendula fan. For one thing, they're really sticky when you pick them, but they're, fly. But they're also kind of a dirty flower. But I have found that this variety, I think it's called Ivory Princess, I do like this one. So I'm gonna plant this next year and only this kind. Oh shoot, that's broken. That would have been so good. So this is totally a weed. This is that wild amaranth. I think I might use it. It's really pretty. Okay, last thing to harvest is my gomphrena, which I could probably harvest a bazillion of these. This is only one patch. I have another patch outside of my fence that is probably twice this big. So I'm gonna harvest a whole bunch of these, and then I'm gonna get everything out of the heat. Now gomphrena, if you didn't know, you need to do the wiggle test with these because you need to make sure that the stem does not wiggle and is not floppy, otherwise they're going to droop. So I a lot of times cut all the way down and then you end up cutting off the side shoots, but that's okay because as you can see, I have no shortage of these. Okay, so it's a few hours before the market and I am inside to get everything assembled. So first let me show you what I have this week. And this week it is totally a variety. So I don't even know that I'm gonna do kind of my bouquet recipes like I did the week before because everything is so different. So I think I'm just going to make all different kinds of color combinations this week, which will be fun. So I have a whole bunch of celosia, all different colors. I also have some yarrow and a few stems of orlea in here. You can see I have a bunch of snapdragons as usual. And then I have some sunflowers that look kind of weird this week. I don't think they're supposed to be quite that pointy, but they're still pretty, so I'm gonna throw them in the bouquets as a filler flower. In this basket, I have some dahlias. Finally, they're just starting. I have a few asters. I have some of these, they're called fizzy white daisies. I'm getting a rebloom on those. And then a few more miscellaneous zinnias. If you watched my last video, you heard me talk about how I'm disappointed in my zinnias this year, but I'm still getting them. Then I have a whole bunch of cosmos. These are awesome for the fillers. And I have a whole bunch of gomphrena and some of those really nice big marigolds again. And I picked a few straw flowers. I don't know if I'll use them. I kind of want to dry them, so I don't know, we'll see. I'm just gonna start making some random bouquets, like maybe some yellow ones, some purple ones, some red and pink ones, and just kind of do by colors that way instead of all my different recipes this week. We'll give it a try. So let me just get started. Okay, so here's the first one. This is kind of the yellows and the oranges. I use celosia, I use some cosmos, a few snapdragons. I have one dahlia in there, the senorita zinnia, and some rebeckia. I think that's really pretty. So I'm just gonna keep doing a whole mixture of these. So I'm kind of putting like 3 stems of cosmos in, and I'm putting those around my center celosia because cosmos are so floppy, they almost like need something to hold them up. And so that way then I can put the other flowers around them to hold them up. And these are $15 bouquets. So I know kind of in my head the value of each stem of the flower. And so as I'm adding them in, I'm counting in my head what that value is. And then when I hit 15, then I stop and wrap the bouquet. So like right now, I would kind of consider this like a $5 base. And then I'm adding in 2 snapdragons. So I'm gonna put those retail value in my head, 2 snapdragons at about $3. So now I'm at $8. I'm gonna put in this sunflower, which he's a little ragged, so I really wanna use him though. It's gotten eaten a little bit, but it's not too bad. I might just put that in there and not count it as very much. Okay, so there's that one. It's kind of lavenders, pinks, whites, and then this sunflower, which I'm sad there's a few bug damages on there, but you know, I'm not selling to a florist. These are market bouquets, and I don't know, I think it's really pretty, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. Okay, so now I think I'm gonna make a few with these sunflowers that I have. These are off of, I think it was a Pro Cut Gold that I didn't harvest in time, so I just let keep growing, and it got tall, like 10 feet tall, and then these all branched off the side, which I think is why the petals are a little funky, but I still think they're pretty, so I'm gonna throw them in the bouquets. So I'm gonna make a few with those because I have like 5 that are bigger sized. And I'm using pretty much Cosmos as a filler for everything. And I'm gonna make these really bright. And use this orange zinnia in there. I think that's really pretty. Okay, so I gotta figure out what value I'm at here. All right, so we need a few more flowers. Put one of these purple asters in here in the front. And I'm gonna pop in a few gomphrena in the back. All right, that one's good. I'm gonna go wrap this up. Okay, so I am halfway done with my bouquets for the day, and I am discovering that I really like this white gomphrena as a filler. Now, this is the QIS white, and I also have the orange and purple, but for some reason I am noticing that the white is growing a little different. It's more branchy than the purple and the orange. So I'm just kind of keeping it all together like this. And then this is the filler base for my bouquet. I've done about 3 bouquets like this, and they're turning out really cool. So I'm just gonna keep going with it. I can probably get like 3 more bouquets with this as the filler in there. And I'm really excited because I have a ton of this out in the garden that is not ready to harvest yet. And so if it keeps growing how it does, I should be able to harvest this for the rest of the season. Isn't that one pretty? I am so excited to finally start having dahlias to add to my bouquets. I just think they really add that like extra pop for the focal flower. I mean, sunflowers are awesome, but there's just something about dahlias. And so I'm so excited that I finally have these to go into my market bouquets. All right, let me wrap this one. I'm gonna keep on going and I will show you everything when it's done. Okay, here are all the bouquets that I put together. I ended up with 12 $15 bouquets. I really would have liked to have more than that. I really honestly wanted to take 15 today, but it is what it is. And you'll see throughout my videos coming up that this year was definitely a learning year for me, and I pretty much think I need twice as many flowers next year. So in an upcoming video, I will share my plan with you for the next year. But overall, I am really happy with what I had today. So I'm gonna pack up, I'm gonna head to the market. I'll put a few close-ups of all of these bouquets up on the screen for you. And then I'll show you a little bit of the market footage, and at the end of the video, I will share with you how I did. Okay, so it is the morning after the market, and it was another success last night. I completely sold out. We also had a really good turnout for our community meal and live music, and so it was a really fun market to be at. And we had some extra vendors, so that was pretty cool too. In addition to my market sales last night, I have 5 $15 market bouquets on order going out today, and I just got an online pre-order for 9 $25 bouquets for about a week and a half from now. So it has been really busy, and it's really exciting because I'm already planning my layout for the entire garden for next year. I'm gonna have to have about double the flowers, so I'm really excited for the winter to start my seeds and for next year's planting season already, which seems a little crazy, but anyway, stay tuned for a lot more updates. I hope you're having a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.